Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for joining us. We had to work a little later today because the Manchester United game went to extra time. But Mr. Sunshine was like, oh, don't worry. Hey, at least we finish earlier than we normally do.
Which is factually correct.
I know, but it's not like you to be the person who puts that happy facts out there.
I just admitted to myself that crappy game was going to go to extra time.
Oh, you've already accepted your fate.
There's no point. There's no point getting down about it.
No.
Wow.
No.
Craig, would you rather watch 120 minutes of United play football or do a 120-minute long extra time?
No, I'd definitely. What?
That's easy. You'd rather do extra time.
Surely do extra time.
Surely do extra time and watch that.
Come on. We get some. I couldn't do it.
Wandered off. Got yourself an omelette.
I could put Man United on for 120 minutes, as you say, and I just would sort of have it on the background.
Yeah, just wander around. Stevie, have you ever played at a famous football ground where it lost its edge? Old Trafford seems to have lost all of its advantages of being intimidating to opposing teams and players because of how poor the club has been recently.
No, I can't honestly say that.
No.
But Old Trafford hasn't lost its edge.
I'll tell you what I will say.
It's not, I mean,
a lot of the new grounds have lost. You know, Derby counties, Middlesbrough, all these teams that have gone from their original stadiums and moved out of town.
I remember I was at Southampton when they went from the Dale to St Mary's, and that advantage that they had.
Right, it completely changes the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I would say that as opposed to actually a particular place.
Did you want to say something about Old Trafford?
Well, no, you just have to modernise. Old Trafford, listen, Old Trafford has never been, to my knowledge, when I've gone there, a ground that you perceive to be the best atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys would know better than me.
Big pitch, big stadium.
So it wasn't a fortress like, for example,
Well, because of the team it was.
I mean, you went there and played against, you know, in my time it was the Keens and the Cantonas and blah, blah, blah.
So it was more of the players than the atmosphere.
Yeah, you were up against it. The atmosphere, Anfield being one of them, St James's Park being another one.
Right.
The old Highbury, obviously a lot smaller, but that's where you would perceive games where the atmosphere was better. But there's no doubt it's even worse now than it was. But that's purely down to the fact that what they're paying to watch is absolutely nothing to get excited about.
Should Obi start over Rasmus Højlund? Brought at least a little bit of life, didn't he, into that second half?
There doesn't seem any reason why you shouldn't start him. I can't think of one reason why I would start Højlund over Obi, considering what we saw for that, 35, 40 minutes. So, yeah, why not? It's not going to be any worse than, unfortunately, what Højlund's giving them right now, because he's not giving them anything. So go for it.
But he hasn't been for...
No,
it's not like he's just having 3 or 4 bad games. He's very consistent in how he plays, and it's kind of a 5 or 6 out of 10. Hard work.
He's kind of looking like a poor workhorse right now, isn't he?
Works hard. There's nothing. He's not. I don't think he's a great finisher, which glosses over a lot of strikers, you know, problems in the rest of their game, be it hold-up play or pace or whatever. If you're a great finisher, you're a penalty box striker. He's not that, and his link-up play is not brilliant either. He's just a good, an honest, hard-working young guy who I don't think is good enough to play at a club that wants to be back among the best.
Where's Mario and Xhaka? I thought Newcastle were favourites to the FA Cup. I think a lot of people thought Newcastle could do well, but they were really poor today. How are you feeling if you're Anthony Gordon, by the way, tonight?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a stupid decision, but he hasn't... I wouldn't say he's cost them because...
No, but what I'm just saying is it's a stupid moment. You miss out on a cup final.
Yeah, Lamptey gets sent off not long after, so that sort of equaled the merit numbers. It's the consequences of the games ahead.
Yeah.
You know, when your teammates are walking out at Wembley to play the best team in the country, you want your best players. And he's going to be gutted now, getting off that bus, suited and booted, knowing that he's going to sit in the stand or in the back of the technical area, all because he lost his rag.
Got to learn. You got to learn.
There you are.
Sometimes the best way is the hard way.
There you are, voice.
So, there you go.
Because you've learned from all your mistakes over the years, haven't
Absolutely,
you?
yes.
That's what Eleanor's told us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, most definitely.
And there's been many of them.
Who will win the FA Cup?
Oh my goodness.
Do you want the list of the remaining teams?
No, I don't need that.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa? You've got
They've
kind
got
of Aston Villa colours on today.
Aston Villa.
There we go. Yeah. There is the draw. Aston Villa will be happy away against Preston.
I could see it being an Aston Villa v Bournemouth or Brighton final. I could see Bournemouth beating City, you know, down there.
Oh, they were not good yesterday either, though, were they? Neither were
He
good.
made some changes though. Well, to be fair, City have showed up defensively.
Yes, that's what Nathan was
Got the
saying
needle
yesterday.
back.
Stevie, did you give me an answer? Aston Villa from the gentleman to your left.
From the Villa fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, Bournemouth, Brighton, Villa. Yeah.
Not Manchester City?
No,
Why not?
I don't trust them. I just don't see it.
Right.
I just don't see it. They struggled against Plymouth at home yesterday. I mean,
There's a lot of changes. You know, some of the big boys didn't start.
Yeah, but are the big boys going to start?
Well, yes, I think they will now, surely.
Well,
Why would they not start?
Let me just add, the big boys apparently haven't been doing an awful lot either.
No, I understand that,
So-
but you're saying, oh, they look bad against Plymouth, but it wasn't full strength, was it?
Come on, it's Plymouth.
No, I understand. Oh, yeah, I don't completely hear what you're saying.
No, I don't think
No?
they'll win it. No.
So who's going to win it?
That's the mighty Plymouth that knocked Liverpool out.
Do you know what? If Bournemouth beat City, I'll go with Bournemouth.
No, right, so, no, there's no caveat. Right, Bournemouth are going to win it in your eyes.
Oh, Preston North End.
Right,
They're going to
Preston
win it. Aye.
I don't know
All right.
why you have to complicate the question so
Definitively,
much.
Preston North End.
Preston North End are
Oh,
going to
because I like to think about these things. I don't like to see any old team.
What do you mean?
Would you like the questions in advance?
What do you mean? Right to you
yes.
yesterday?
Well, you could have given me them in advance, and then I would have just given
I
you
know
it.
it's such a surprise
Sorry.
question.
All right, I wouldn't think about it.
You could have sat down and studied them while we were talking.
Exactly.
Nonsense.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I could see a
Preparation, you
pathway.
know much about
Oh.
Final question. Did Craig ever swap a jersey? It seems unlikely.
Well, I didn't do it at the World Cup.
You didn't know, there was no inclination to do it with any Brazilians after the opening
No,
game?
not really. I just disappointed. You know, like, to me, we lost the game.
Right.
I'm not chasing. Some of our lads went knocking on the. I told you this. Some of them went knocking on the Brazilian dressing room door.
that. Oh, how could you do that?
I thought that was pretty embarrassing.
Really?
Now, if it's in the tunnel after the game, I've not got a problem with that. But I wasn't going. We just lost 2-1
Yeah.
in the opening match of the World Cup against the reigning champions. We'd taken it close, and you're gutted in the dressing room. I am not going knocking like one or two did, maybe more, on. And apparently they went in the dressing room, and the Brazilians were like, "Yeah, there you go." Have a bit of pride,
Right.
But no, somehow I've got a. I don't know if I swap, but I don't really keep this stuff. But somehow there's a Michael Owen jersey in my house.
Oh, really?
It's not up
You
in the
don't know
wall.
where
Or
it came from.
it's not up in the wall or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it looks to me.
Is it worn or did you buy it?
yeah. Well, I went like Don when he went to Newcastle today.
Yeah,
like
Don went
yesterday.
to the club shop today.
He said, "What did you do at Newcastle, Don? You got there yesterday." Well, I went out a bit gallivanting, and then I went in the club shop and bought all this stuff. Wow. We were like, "What?"
Club show.
But this Michael Owen top does look like it's from the game where Maka scored that great equaliser, the 2-2
Oh, in the
UEFA Cup game
Cup.
in 1997. Although I didn't swap it.
Right.
So I don't know how I've got it. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
But I don't remember swapping shirts too many times.
Right. Stevie?
Once
Did you?
with Sammy Lee.
Oh, okay.
It was the semi-final of the European Under-21 Championship.
Oh,
That was the only time I ever
that was
swapped
the only time you ever did it.
with Sammy after the game.
So hold on,
Because he was my teammate.
Oh, you were teammates at the time?
Yeah,
That is it.
And he got your smelly shirt.
he did.
Yeah.